What's up, YouTube? This is Wi-Fi Memory here today, bringing you guys some more VGC 2021 Series 9 action. We are currently in Great Ball tier, working our way up to the Master Ball tier. In today's episode, we're hoping to get into Ultra Ball, maybe make a little push into the Master Ball as well. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens in today's episode. Rocking out with the same rain team. Figure I'll just go work out with this rain team until I get to Master Ball, and then from there maybe switch some teams out and just have some fun. Currently thinking about building a Regigigas team this weekend, so if there's any suggestions for that, let me know in the comments down below, because other than Regigigas and Weezing, I'm kind of open for any suggestions for the team. So definitely hit me up. Let me know in the comments if there's a certain Pokemon you want to see. A lot of people either run Venusaur Torkoal combo with it, or I've seen Dragapult and Colossal as well. But I'm open. I mean, if you guys want to do something kind of weird, let's do something weird, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, our first opponent of the day is against Watsy. He's rocking out with that Urshifu, Whimsicott, Heatran, Tapu Lele, and Spectrier and Glastrier. Alright, let's see what we need to do. I like Politoed. Politoed as a lead, he usually is our number one lead for most of the time. And against a team like this, I'm looking at Stilla to come in as a lead as well. Now in the back, you know, I like to either bring Raichu or Rillaboom. If there's no electric Pokemon, most of the time I like Rillaboom over. And then he does have the Heatran, so we kind of have to be careful of that. I think Moltres is kind of nice to round out the team though. We don't need too many fake out mons because of the Tapu Lele having the Psychic terrain. Alright, so you guys got to see the team preview already. I had a glitch in the visual effects, which you guys will see in about 2 or 3 turns from now. That messed up the audio and everything. It made it hard to align. So I'm here kind of post-narrating it. I went back through and kind of re-watched this video, or this battle. And we're just going to narrate it the best that we can. The other battle is going to be back on live narration, so hopefully you guys will be okay with this. But anyway, our opponent leads Tapu Lele and Whimsicott against our Politoed and Celesteela. First thing that's going in my mind is I need to get my grassy terrain up. So I'm going to go ahead and switch Politoed out for Rillaboom. And then right here, I'm going to be attempting to go for a Flash Cannon into the Lele. Hindsight's 2020. Looking back at this, our opponent's about to switch Lele out for Heatran. If I would have just clicked that Muddy Water, you know what I'm saying. If I would have just clicked that Muddy Water with Politoed, we might have been in a little bit better of a spot, I guess. I mean, we would definitely be very dominating at the moment, but we're okay. I think we definitely made a safer play by going into the Rillaboom, getting that terrain control, because I definitely don't want Lele to try and hit me with a Psychic and Psychic terrain. Our opponent goes for a Helping Hand though, which made no sense to me. I mean, okay, we Flash Cannon. Obviously, our opponent made a very good defensive switch in by going into Heatran. So that's good for him. Right here, I'm not really fearing the Heatran as much as I should. I'm going to go ahead and go for Fake Out into the Whimsicott. And I want to get Whimsicott off the board. So I'm going to go ahead and try to attempt a Flash Cannon into Whimsicott as well. And it does pick up the KO once everything loads in, for sure. But we will pick up the KO, which, I mean, you guys probably ain't questioning that too much. Whimsicott isn't the most threatening Pokemon defensively, you know. It's definitely a good support mon. Later in the game, I question is if maybe this Whimsicott might be carrying a Trick Room, because really and truthfully, he's a Trick Room themed team, but the only Trick Room available Pokemon on his team is this Whimsicott, and we take it out pretty easily. I think I mentioned, you guys may not have heard me mentioning it in the team preview, but this is like one of those Glastrier and Good Stuff kind of teams, and they're very reliant on Trick Room. You don't have to have Trick Room to have a good Glastrier team, but having Trick Room really makes it to where Glastrier is a whole new level of strong. So him not being able to Trick Room kind of helps us out a lot. Tapu Lele will come back out. At this point, I think I want to switch into Moltres. Okay, and this is almost where the glitch happens. We're going to go ahead and Dynamax and attempt a Max Rockfall into the Heatran. My thinking was, if he doesn't Dynamax Heatran, we might have a good chance to get the KO. But he will Dynamax Heatran, as you guys are about to find out. But yeah, let's go through this first. Alright, so the reason we bring out Moltres is Moltres holding the Assault Vest could take hits very, very well from the Tapu Lele, and Heatran not really being able to threaten it at all. And also keep note that we have the weather that we want at the moment. We have rain. So if he's going to go for like those max flares and stuff, it's going to be reduced. And that just comes in big play. That's why we have Stella. We're not really afraid of the Heatran because we know his attacks are going to be reduced in the rain. And that's why I also keep pivoting Politoed in and out so much, because I know I need to keep the rain alive. I also know that if Lele's on the field, I need to try and keep Rillaboom alive as well. This game was a lot of just mental checks, really. Gotta keep this, gotta keep that alive, you know. Kind of also predicting what our opponents might want to do. Like right there, Max Quake into our Moltres. That would have been our Politoed or Rillaboom, and that wouldn't have... Well, Rillaboom could have took it pretty well, but if, let's say, I went to Politoed, that wouldn't have been too good, you know? We get the Sand up. I'm not too worried about that, though, because we have the ability to go for a fast U-turn and bring Politoed back in. Right here's where the glitch kind of happens, though. We'll go ahead and select the moves. Yeah, U-turn and Max Steel Spike into the Lele. Lele goes for Psychic, and for some reason it glitched. And then it says critical hit. That was off our U-turn. He hit the Moltres. Moltres is down to 90 HP. No big deal, though. We crit the Lele with U-turn, so it's not even that much damage. Bring up Politoed, though. Like I said, now we get the weather that we want. He's, I think, wanting to go for Max Flare into our Celesteela, which, with the rain up, we actually took it pretty well. Now, I know, though, next turn, if he goes for Max Flare, he's probably more than likely going to be able to KO our Stella. So we got to keep that in mind in the back of our head. But we are able to take out the Tapu Lele, which is huge. So, taking out Tapu Lele, that's very nice. We're just taking out his Pokemon. You know, we took out Whimsicott, we took out Lele. So, he's down to his last two Pokemon. You know, we're slowly taking the offense. We're slowly taking control, right? Who's his last Pokemon? It's Glastrier. That's what kind of made me think about his team a little bit. And yeah, he's a Glastrier and Good Stuff kind of team, which really functions better under Trick Room. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is. Right here, I switch Politoed out for Moltres, and then I want to go for Max Guard because I do not want Celesteela to take a Max Flare. If it doesn't KO him, it will definitely take him down to the very low HP, and Celesteela is wouldn't be very effective later in the game. And we need Stella to at least get a decent Flash Cannon off to help us with the Glastrier. He goes for Icicle Crash and does miss our Moltres. That probably would have been That would have done a decent amount of damage, but we actually it would be neutral. So that might have been able to potentially pick up a KO, but thank goodness we were able to dodge that. Right here, I'm wanting to go for U-turn onto Glacier just to get some chip damage, and then I want to go for a big flash cannon. This also gives me a chance to bring Politoed back in, which will then also weaken the Heatran, you know. Going for these U-turn kind of plays too makes it hard for our opponent to really predict what we want to do next. And I think that's half the game sometimes, is to be in the mind of your opponent, you know. So that's always fun, kind of the little mind games. Plus, we're putting on a lot of pressure on our opponent because we're taking out so much of his team, you know, and he ain't took out a single one. That has to be in the back of your head sometimes, you know. It's like, I'm getting swept by this guy. This is so frustrating, you know. I mean, that has to be in your head. Flash Cannon will come out. Doesn't quite pick up the KO, but look at the range that it's at. You know, that's good range. He finally, I believe, gets the KO onto our Stilla, but Stilla did so much work to his team that, I mean, there's no way he's coming back from this, you know. Politoed's out here. Politoed's threatening Muddy Water easily. We have Rillaboom that hasn't even came out yet, but she won't be coming out in this battle because we just had a very dominant game, you know. Moltres really helping out with the pivoting too, which is really, to me, the best thing that you could do with Moltres is to let it be kind of like that nice little pivot Pokemon. Right here, like I said earlier, we were checking to see who his Trick Room mons were, and we've learned that it was only Whimsicott, so that was very interesting. But pretty much this is the game. Flamethrower into the Glacier. Muddy Water should pick up the win from there. Guys, if you guys did enjoy this post narration, hopefully you guys will enjoy the live narration as well. But this is Wi-Fi Merriman signing off, but still on. Teams fire doesn't really do nothing. Like this guy, he just put Incineroar on his team just to deal with the other Metagrosses. I mean, he can hit him hard though. Look, he got Thunderous. You know, Kendra's pretty nice too. That's an odd to see Kendra on this team though, unless Tornadus has Rain Dance. So we're both kind of wanting the rain. Okay, very, very interesting. We'll lead it. I don't really have a problem giving that up. Who is he gonna lead? Rillaboom? Potentially. Let's go Stilla. Or do we want Stilla in the back? Yeah, I think we want Stilla in the back. Because I need the Politoed to potentially have a decent switch in. Let's go Beartic then. Stilla. And then what's a good last mon? Rillaboom gets countered hard on this guy's team. Honestly, I'm leaning towards Moltres. Yeah, let's do that. So we're bringing some unusual Pokemons onto this game, but honestly, I'm about to show you guys why these Pokemon are on the team, because these Pokemon, they're good, and there's a reason why they're on the team. Like you seen in the last game, Moltres showed up. Moltres helped me pivot against my opponent to do really good, you know. I mean, in the end, Moltres got one of the bigger KOs against the Glastrier. You know, so in the same scenario kind of applies with these Pokemons. I got them set up to where they're able to do a one task, but that one task they do very well. You know, like right now, there's probably no reason for me to leave Beartic in. You know, other than I can Dynamax, Max Geyser, or something, you know, I could do that, but Metagross is gonna just KO him, so I don't want to do that. I'd much rather go into Stilla. Let Stilla take an attack from Metagross, not worrying about the attack from the Incineroar because of the rain, and then we should go from there. Yeah, I mean, it's almost obvious that this Metagross is Dynamaxing, right? We'll find out. Yeah, there's the Metagross. Alright, so what we unless he's fake outing Politoed, which yeah, he is. Okay, he made the right play there. That's fine though. Max Steel Spike, both mons it's resisted on. Still, okay, good. That didn't do that much damage. We actually got away. I mean, if that's one turn of his Dynamax and you only got that little bit of damage out, I feel good about that, you know? That's what you want to do though. Muddy Water. And because I mean we're not going to be doing that much damage to that Metagross. That's the thing. He sees Stilla. Stilla's nice though. We'll go for Meteor Beam into the Incineroar. If it gets redirected, actually, I don't know who's faster, Stilla or Politoed, but it should be fine either way. I can honestly see us trying to switch Incineroar out anyway, so doubling into that slot's not the worst thing in the world. Because, okay, so he doesn't... You go into Politoed. Politoed's super bulky, dude. Like, okay. Like, what are you doing with your Incineroar? Flare Blitzing? Darkest Lariat? I mean, both my mons don't really care at the moment. There's the Muddy Water. Look at that. One-shotting the Incineroar. Critical hit. Oh well, we doubled into you anyway, so we were about to KO you. This Meteor Beam, if it connects, will not be doing that much damage to Metagross anyway. So I feel like we made the right targeting. But this gets a +1 special attack, so don't knock that. You know, that's pretty good. That's decent chip damage, if anything. But yeah, I mean, he's down to his last turn of Dynamax. We haven't started ours yet. And we're about to hit him pretty hard. We're going to go for another Muddy Water play. Let's go for a Dynamax now and go for our own Steel Spike into that Tornadus. His last turn of Dynamax, he's not been able to hit us hard at all. I think he committed his Dynamax way too early, to tell you the honest truth. And this is the reason why we're able to kind of Dynamax early for ourselves, because the game's not over or nothing, but we need to, for this team, you kind of want to play a little defensive at the beginning sometimes. He does go for Brutal Sling. That activates a weakness policy, I bet. So, I know you're not going to be able to KO Stilla. Max Lightning, though, into Politoed. Okay. Very, very interesting. That will KO Politoed, by the way. But that's alright. Because, you know, we got the good stuff in the back. Like Beartic. We got Beartic. We got Moltres in the back that's able to deal with this Metagross. Moltres is. Look at that. One Dynamax, one KO. That's how you want to treat your Dynamaxes sometimes, you know. A lot of times though you're not able to do that, but if you can, try to do that. I'm in a predicament though. I don't really know if I want to bring out Beartic or if I need to bring out Moltres, because I don't really know who his last mon is. We're gonna go Beartic. Just okay, so great, it's Thundurus. Okay, so we're putting on a lot of pressure on this Thundurus at the moment. Bring out Beartic. Beartic with the Swift Swim ability. For the ones that don't know, his speed will be doubled while in the rain. We get 2 turns of speed boost, basically. Beartic's very, very fragile, though. And I have a feeling this Thundurus is going to go for Protect this turn. So we're gonna just go for a max steel spike into that Metagross. We're gonna protect our Beartic this turn. Thundurus may go for protecting, may not, I don't know. Wild Charge. Ooh, okay, great. We took that very, very well. Iron Head into the Beartic, that's fine. There's the Steel Spike. That does quite a bit of damage. We do know that the Metagross is faster than our Stilla. We just learned that. For him to get any damage off though with that Thundurus, he has to dodge a he has to dodge our Icicle Crash, which he doesn't. Fantastic. So yeah, his Thundurus is going down, and this should be game. Yeah, because our attack will get redirected into the Metagross, and we win pretty much. He'll go for an Iron Head into the Beartic. Like I said, Beartic's fragile. Beartic's very fragile, but to me, I feel like Beartic's very needed on this team because, like I said, he gets those little niche KOs. He comes in and, I mean, look, we just came in with a Beartic. Last game we won with a Moltres. You know, people kind of underestimate those Pokemon because I guess they don't fully know what they do, but they're good Pokemon. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. This is Wi-Fi Merriman signing out. Peace.